I upload new videos. The Intelligence Trap: Why Smart People Make Dumb Mistakes by David Robson is a fascinating exploration of the paradox that intelligent people can often make the most irrational and erroneous decisions. The book delves into the cutting-edge ideas and our understanding of intelligence and expertise, including strategic ignorance, meta-forgetfulness, and functional stupidity. Robson uses a car as an analogy for intelligence. A faster engine can get you places more quickly if you know how to use it correctly, but simply having more horsepower won't guarantee that you will arrive at your destination safely. He argues that intelligence can help you learn and recall facts and process complex information quickly, but you also need the necessary checks and balances to apply that brainpower correctly. Here are some examples that illustrate the principles of the book. Thomas Edison. Despite his brilliance, Edison had some of his worst ideas, demonstrating that even the brightest minds can go wrong. NASA. The space agency has had its share of failures, underscoring that even the most talented organizations can make mistakes. Nokia. Once a leader in the mobile phone industry, Nokia made strategic errors that led to its downfall. FBI. The intelligence agency has made mistakes, showing that even organizations dedicated to intelligence gathering and analysis can fall into the intelligence trap. Steve Jobs, the Apple co-founder, made lethal errors of judgment, proving that even highly successful and intelligent individuals can make poor decisions. 10 insightful lessons from the book. 1. The dangers of overconfidence. Intelligence does not guarantee immunity from errors or biases. In fact, highly intelligent people may be more prone to overestimating their abilities and making flawed decisions as a result. 2. The importance of intellectual humility. Acknowledging the limits of one's knowledge and being open to new information is crucial for making sound decisions and avoiding the intelligence trap. 3. Cognitive biases are universal. Even the most intelligent individuals are susceptible to cognitive biases such as confirmation bias. Anchoring and availability. Heuristic. Recognizing and mitigating these biases is essential for rational thinking. For the value of diverse perspectives. Engaging with people who have different backgrounds, experiences, and viewpoints can help broaden one's perspective and prevent tunnel vision. 5. Emotional intelligence matters. Emotional intelligence, including self-awareness, empathy, and emotional regulation, is just as important as cognitive intelligence for making wise choices and building successful relationships. 6. The role of metacognition. Developing metacognitive skills, such as self-reflection and self-monitoring, can help individuals become more aware of their own thinking processes and make adjustments as needed. 7. Learning from failure. Embracing failure as an opportunity for growth rather than viewing it as a reflection of one's intelligence is essential for resilience and continuous improvement. 8. The power of intellectual curiosity. Cultivating a genuine curiosity about the world and a willingness to explore new ideas can lead to deeper understanding and creativity. 9. The danger of information overload. In an age of information abundance, it's important to develop critical thinking skills to discern credible sources from misinformation and avoid becoming overwhelmed by irrelevant or misleading information. 10. The importance of lifelong learning. Intelligence is not a fixed trait, but rather a capacity that can be developed through continuous learning, experimentation, and adaptation. The intelligence trap reminds us that intelligence alone is not enough. It must be coupled with humility, self-awareness, and a commitment to ongoing growth and self-improvement. Chapter 1. The paradox of intelligence: Why smart people make dumb mistakes. In The Intelligence Trap, David Robson delves into one of the most puzzling phenomena in modern psychology, the paradox where intelligent individuals often with high IQs make some of the most glaring and consequential mistakes. Dubbed the intelligence trap, this paradox challenges the conventional belief that intelligence alone is the key to effective decision-making and success. The crux of the intelligence trap lies in the counterintuitive notion that being smart does not immunize one against making bad decisions. In fact, intelligent people can sometimes be especially prone to certain errors. Throughout history and in contemporary society, we see numerous instances where highly intelligent individuals have fallen prey to their own cognitive pitfalls. For example, Robson points to Joseph Stalin, whose intelligence and political acumen were undeniable, yet his paranoid purges and oppressive regimes led to catastrophic outcomes for millions. Similarly, in the modern era, we observe tech geniuses and business leaders making seemingly irrational decisions that defy their reputations for high intellect. So why do smart people make dumb mistakes? The answer lies in understanding that high IQ and intelligence, while valuable, do not equate to effective decision making on their own. Intelligence often leads to advanced pattern recognition and problem-solving abilities, but these cognitive strengths can paradoxically result in overconfidence and susceptibility to cognitive biases. Intelligent individuals are particularly skilled at rationalizing their choices which can lead to convincing themselves of flawed ideas and persisting with disastrous decisions. One significant factor is that a high IQ does not inherently equip individuals with better judgment or wisdom. Judgment involves integrating emotional and social information and understanding context factors not directly assessed by traditional measures of intelligence. In essence, smart people are just as vulnerable to biases and irrational thoughts, if not more so, due to the confidence they place in their intellectual capabilities. This exploration sets the stage for the broader discussion in Robson's book, which aims to untangle the reasons behind the intelligence trap and offer strategies to avoid it. The subsequent sections will delve deeper into the specific cognitive biases that plague even the smartest among us, the role of emotional intelligence, and the importance of wisdom in making sound decisions. By understanding these dynamics, readers can learn to navigate the complexities of their own intelligence and avoid the pitfalls that can jeopardize their decision-making processes. Chapter 2: Cognitive Biases, the Hidden Flaws in Smart Thinking. While intelligence is often seen as a shield against poor decisions, the intelligence trap sheds light on how cognitive biases can undermine even the brightest minds. This section explores some of the most common cognitive biases, such as confirmation bias and overconfidence, detailing how they affect intelligent individuals and influence their decision-making processes. Confirmation bias stands out as a prevalent and insidious bias where individuals favor information that confirms their pre-existing beliefs and ignore evidence to the contrary. Intelligence can exacerbate this bias rather than mitigate it. For example, a highly knowledgeable person might use their cognitive abilities to justify their preconceived notions rather than challenge them. This bias was illustrated in the book through historical examples such as the intelligence failures leading to the Pearl Harbor attack, where US officials dismissed warnings that didn't align with their expectations. Overconfidence bias is another significant flaw, leading individuals to overestimate their own abilities and the accuracy of their knowledge. High IQ individuals are not immune to this. In fact, their expertise can make them more susceptible. The book recounts the story of Nobel Prize-winning economist Mayon Scholes, whose financial model, the Black-Scholes equation, led to the collapse of long-term capital management. Here, overconfidence in the model's infallibility prevented adequate risk management, resulting in near-catastrophic consequences. These biases are not merely theoretical constructs but have real-life implications. Consider the case of the Challenger shuttle disaster in 1986. Despite having access to extensive technical knowledge and data, NASA's engineers and officials fell prey to groupthink and confirmation bias, dismissed, missing the warnings about the O-ring's vulnerability in low temperatures. This tragic event underscores how intelligent individuals can make grave errors when their thinking is clouded by biases. The book illuminates additional biases as well, such as the Dunn-Kruger effect, where low-ability individuals overestimate their competence often more than their more skilled counterparts. This effect is prevalent in many domains from education to politics, showing that intelligence does not inherently protect against such cognitive distortions. A person's intelligence is not a good metric for their vulnerability to biases. In fact, their mental agility can sometimes work against them. David Robson's exploration of cognitive biases reveals that intelligent individuals are frequently adept at constructing elaborate rationalizations for their beliefs, leading them further astray. Understanding these biases is critical not only for recognizing the pitfalls of intelligent thinking but also for developing strategies to counteract them. The book suggests a multifaceted approach to mitigating these biases, such as fostering awareness of their existence, encouraging a mindset of intellectual humility, and seeking out diverse perspectives to challenge one's views. In summary, cognitive biases like confirmation bias, overconfidence, and others are hidden flaws that can severely impact the decision-making of intelligent individuals. Real-life scenarios, from historical misjudgments to modern-day failures, illustrate these consequences. By recognizing and addressing these biases, one can mitigate their effects and make more balanced decisions. Chapter 3: Emotional Intelligence, the missing component of rational thought. Emotional intelligence, often abbreviated as EI or EQ, is a crucial yet frequently overlooked component of rational thought. Unlike traditional intelligence, which is commonly measured through IQ tests focusing on analytical and logical abilities, emotional intelligence involves the ability to understand and manage one's own emotions as well as the emotions of others. The skill set includes emotional regulation, empathy, social skills, and self-awareness. David Robson argues that a high IQ alone is not sufficient for making effective decisions. The integration of emotional intelligence is essential. Emotional intelligence begins with self-awareness, the capacity to recognize and understand one's own emotional states. This heightened awareness helps individuals identify the influences behind their feelings and reactions, thereby allowing for better control over impulsive behaviors. For instance, a person who is acutely aware of experiencing stress or anger is better equipped to choose an appropriate and constructive response, rather than acting on the raw emotion. Emotional regulation, another key element of emotional intelligence, involves the ability to manage and modulate emotional responses. This doesn't mean suppressing one's emotions, but rather understanding and guiding them